Across the South Pacific, literature evangelism is still one of the strongest and most tangible ways that individuals are brought into a relationship with God. In our South Pacific region, we have one publishing house, the Science Publishing Company, based in Warburton, Victoria in Australia, and it's been operating for well over 100 years. In 2025, 2 missionary sharing books were distributed by our churches. The first, called The Overlander, with more than 56,000 copies being distributed, and the second, Taste of Food as Medicine Diabetes, with more than 25,000 copies being distributed. In the South Pacific Division in 2025, we had 220 full-time and 115 part-time literature evangelists. Australia and New Zealand reported 8 full-time and 111 part-time literature evangelists, while the Pacific Islands boasted 212 full-time and 4 part-time literature evangelists. 2025 also witnessed a massive surge in student literature evangelists in Australia and New Zealand, with 218 volunteers who served in this space in 2025 alone. The primary way in which students have been involved in literature evangelism is through the Youth Rush program run by Brenton Lowe and Harley Southwell. The selfless efforts of our literature evangelists were greatly rewarded in 2025. Though only few in number, their impact was astounding. The amount of free literature given out reached more than 121,000 books, with more than 88,000 books being sold, resulting in $436,000 in sales. These efforts created 9,600 spiritual contacts. It led to 19,143 individuals asking for prayer, 1,083 people being brought to a church meeting, 217 signing up for courses, 5,240 Bible studies being started, and we praise God for 182 individuals being baptised. One story of how these literature ministry efforts made impact comes from Vanuatu, where a pastor of the Sunday-keeping Praise and Worship Church became convinced of the Sabbath through literature evangelism. Our LEs, Susan and Maylene, were sharing literature in Umua, Vanuatu, when Susan noticed a gentleman standing back and observing the evangelists. And so she went over and introduced this gentleman to the book Bible Readings, which he gladly accepted. 1 year later, the Adventist District Director at Lakatora, Malakula, reached out to Susan and shared that the pastor of the Praise and Worship Church had made the decision to become a Seventh-day Adventist and to keep the Sabbath. The pastor has since encouraged his whole congregation to keep the Sabbath and to come worship on the Sabbath day. And his church became officially organised as the New Site Seventh-day Adventist Church in 2025. Just 2 literature evangelists were able to spark change, resulting in a whole new Adventist church being formed. Our literature evangelists in the South Pacific are doing the work of disciples. They're sharing Jesus and the gospel to many thousands and bringing people to the truth.